John, what about this business of white-collar crime and this sort of boardroom crime, the idea that you might sell off something, a public asset, for less than it's worth?
You're onto dodgy ground here, because you're inferring that you know something.
No, I'm not.
So you should be clear that you don't know something, because look, as an example, we've just sold off the old General Hospital. We went through a process, yes, because it's closed. We're closing all of the old estate, thank God. We've sold it. And what are we doing with the proceeds? It's providing a contribution to the £100 million we're spending to develop the new BRI, the extension. There are all sorts of quite rigid controls about how you sell public property, and I think that your listeners need to know that and understand, because you're inferring that there are people playing games with that. I think it's very difficult to do that. You've got to get the best price, and you've got to prove to all sorts of people that you've used it well, and that applies to local authorities, police service, national health. So don't infer that. You may not have been being mischievous, but it's not right. What's the other end of it, though? What's the biggest white-collar crime that has affected most people? £19 billion worth of bank money set aside because of the misselling of whatever, that insurance.
Payment protection insurance.
That's crime. And that's a lot of ordinary folk who've suffered from it. Who's going to get put in jug for that? Nobody, I'll bet. That's crime. And then to a lesser, the people with their fingers in the till, parliamentarians, again, even today, more people being caught doing the same bloody thing. That's crime.
And as I mentioned right at the very start, HSBC doing money laundering for the Mexican drug cartels. Sue,
I was just going to come back to the MP today, who's been fiddling invoices. So not only has he been fiddling the invoices, he has been signing them off in, according to the papers, signing them off in a different name. And he's been suspended for 12 months. Well, in my book, that is just not acceptable. He should be dismissed and he should be taken to court, because he has committed a criminal offence, and being suspended is not acceptable.